They listen to the show, Scott, NASCAR.
They actually do, because I did get an email from NASCAR last week.
Are we in trouble?
NASCAR do. No, I don't think so.
Oh, good.
I'm positive that round I went on, the one of many, they listened to that exactly and went, you know what, fuck, Scott Pye is bang on.
This Aussie knows his shit.
But that was what we said last year. Reward winning more by allowing more points for a race win, but you keep those points.
Yeah. Oh, no! He's in the fence! The boat's in the fence! They're all in the fence! Oh, unbelievable!
Sound check.
Sound check.
Episode 97, Barbs. Welcome back.
97, first one for the year 2026. Here we are.
I tell you what, I was just saying to our Patreon members before we actually kicked it off with our official sound check, and we do have Patreon members joining us tonight. We're live streaming this podcast. If you want to be part of that show, the link to our Patreon will be in the description of this podcast. We've just done a couple giveaways as well. Gave away some Frosty merch. We did. And a Apex Hunters United merch pack as well to a lucky winner. Congratulations to Trey and Kylie on those wins. But I was saying just before we hit live that I had FOMO. I saw that a couple pods have gone out and we're sitting back, and I kept delaying this, thinking let's just wait until we've got, I don't want to go, we're back and then have a hiatus for another 2 weeks or something like that. So we've been lining our content up, and it is exciting. I'm stoked to kick the year off now, mate. It's already, 2 weeks out of February. We're halfway through Jan.
Yeah.
It's flying. It's actually pretty scary.
We're probably only, three and a bit weeks from the first round of Supercars too. So that's exciting. It's creeping up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the 20th of February is the first round of Supercars, and I'm pretty sure they got a Wednesday test. We might as well go into why I won't be there. I won't be at the test. I had a pretty big war injury over the break. It's pretty massive. I broke the second smallest toe on my foot. It's actually like the most embarrassing thing. I was playing Nerf Wars with my nephew, kicked the sideboard on the staircase and broke the toe. Bad enough that I had to have surgery last week, and I got another operation in 5 weeks' time, which happens to be the Wednesday of that event, which is the test day. And then I'm flying to Sydney, and hopefully I'm able to do the ride down the Monday. But anyway, it was a silly mistake. I'm in a moon boot, I'm on crutches, and I'm absolutely milking it at home. I'm not doing a thing. Shannon is just...
You usually do stuff when you're fully... You got nothing wrong with you, so...
Yeah, but listeners don't need to know that. Okay. So Shannon, she is holding up the fort. It's unreal. So this might be an 18-week injury, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
just
it.
Keep the crutches anyway.
Yeah.
Just when you want a bit of sympathy, you roll them out.
Yeah, I can actually feel the man flu coming on in like 8 weeks. So, but anyway, yeah, that's why I'm in a moon boot. So, yeah, I won't be at the test day, unfortunately, but Supercars are back in action very soon. But it's a big stack show we've got tonight. NASCAR, Dakar, F1, IndyCar, and Supercars, of course. So we'll cover all that off because there's been a lot happen over the off-season. But you did a 56-kilometre trot. You went for a run, for a ultra marathon only, was it 2 weeks ago?
When was it? Last Sunday. Yeah.
So... pop in the comments how good Elliot looked over the back end of last year. You can tell, I feel like you trimmed up a lot.
Yeah, but the worst thing was 2 weeks prior, I had influenza the whole Christmas break.
Yep.
Boxing Day through to the 3rd of Jan, I had influenza A, didn't leave the bed, which was not an ideal prep into this ultra marathon. But anyway, we got
about the worst you could have.
Got it done. Thought I'd do something silly, like to try and challenge myself sometimes. So that was good. Me and a mate, Jordan, decided to do it, and we got it done, which was good. Long day on the heels, but... yeah, nice to do something over Christmas to keep you
keep motivated.
Motivated, to keep training and your competitive juices flowing and all that sort of stuff. So that was fun, mate. But
it was good. I came out and watched you guys do it, and I actually really like spectating those events because it does. You didn't, but you get inspired while you're there watching because it's actually pretty cool seeing you. I mean, you didn't inspire me.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I'm kidding. But watching. Everyone finished the ultra, and the cool thing with that as well, it's like the marathon though. Everyone finishing and getting their own, ticking their own goals.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter if it was the guys that won or those that came in towards the end, and you're like, I don't know, just it blows you away that. And a lot of people did it in pairs as well. So we're going and watching and supporting those events. I've gone with you and Shannon and Jordan as well, mate of ours, to the Gold Coast Marathon last year. And I love it, like cheering people on, and they got their names on your bib.
Yeah.
So there's always random people cheering on people they don't even know.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere is pretty cool. But congrats. Honestly, I think it's pretty impressive. Yeah. It's more than I did over the break. So congratulations, mate. Well done for ticking that box. And now 56, you have to go further.
Yeah, the goal is to get to 100, but we'll see how I go. Let's tuck in, mate. First up, Supercars have been over to America and they've been in the wind tunnel. What have you heard among the grapevine, mate? Anything?
Oh, I mean, we all know they've called that they've got parity. They celebrated that. I think I did a short Talking Heads video on that again, just because I had some good chats with people around NASCAR and how they achieve. Because I mean, they're over 300 k's an hour almost any time they hit the racetrack. So the big thing we notice at Bathurst is the drafting behind cars. I think is the most important thing. Whether even on low speed corners. I remember following the Nissan, and that back in the day was the hardest car to follow because the dirty air that come off the back of it affected you more than any other car. So if you're following them at Phillip Island was the worst, but you'd lose so much front downforce when you were behind a Nissan. So I think paritizing downforce is one thing, but I'd love to know what the drag is like off the back of the car, which I don't think is being achieved. I don't think they're finding out what those metrics look like. And I think that's going to be an issue. You might not see it early, but you will see it when we get to Bathurst. And I think last year, I still stand by it. I think that was the biggest issue last year. It wasn't grunt or anything like that. I think that the Chev, when we were behind the Ford, could just draft up to the Ford really easily. Because I think arguably when it went into the wind tunnel, from what I heard, the Ford needed a big clip. Like it was and I might be wrong, this is just what I was told, that the Ford had way too much downforce. Yeah, right. Which would be why it was so dominant at some of the tracks that probably shouldn't have been. You know, like we went to...
And strong in qualifying.
It was really strong at Tailem Bend, and then it's strong at likes of Gold Coast and Adelaide. And I think it was helping teams. I feel like it was more a team parity that got fixed across the season, and we helped teams that probably weren't as competitive as others get a leg up rather than fixing the car itself. I think and that's sort of what I think was uncovered when it first rocked up. I think, which is... For me, I'm going into the Ford and I'm like, God, I wish it was just the same as last year, but it sounds like it's probably been brought back a little bit. But yeah, my big concern is that the drag off the back of each car is so different. And sorry, that's what I was going to say with NASCAR. They made it that the back of every car had to be the same. So you can have some small tweaks on the front of the car to make it look like a Toyota or a Chev, but the back of the car had to be identical in the way the air came off of it. I think even the sides have to be the same, just so that the airflow that comes off the back of the car is the same across all manufacturers. And that way, when you're in the slipstream of the draft, it's even across all of them. You don't pick up more of a draft if you're behind a Toyota or whatever. It's the same. And that's always going to be a problem that we have. I don't mind it, but it means we need to not talk about parity. It cannot be a conversation we have because I think you just have to accept you're not going to get parity. So celebrating we have parity, I'm like, well, I think that's a mistake because there's going to be issues. Well, and then we're going to be talking about it and everyone's going to be like, Supercars told us they nailed it. And then when we're talking about it, they're going to have to admit they got it wrong if there is an issue. And I think there will be.
The engines will be interesting because we've got a new motor coming into the category with Toyota joining.
Yep.
So I think that'll be an interesting talking point or something to watch across at least the first round and the test day at Sydney. I've seen the Toyota in action at Winton. And I know a lot of fans have seen it. I know it did its tour around and drove around a few different tracks. It was at Adelaide, Gold Coast, a few different places. Bathurst, I think, wasn't it? But it sounds pretty cool. It's bloody loud. It's clearly what they're running on it now is probably, I assume, not the exhaust they're going to be running because it's like super loud.
Yeah, right.
Compared to the Chevs and the Fords. So, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see how the...
I mean, the Volvo sounded very different back in the day. Remember that?
The Volvo was...
Sounded like a Formula 1 car.
I reckon that was the best sounding... Like it sounded cool.
It was pretty cool.
Merc sounded right too. But it sounds different, which is great. I'm all for that. But it's very loud. Like to the point, I had to like block my ears every time I went past the lane, which I usually wouldn't do. But
I've asked a few people what they think of that because we'll get to our predictions in a minute. But I did see that Brody said he thinks it's going to be a struggle. So I asked a few people that would know or have an idea, and they seem pretty confident that it is going to be a good thing. So
yeah.
And I specifically asked about the motor because that was, I think, what Brody was saying won't be good. So I haven't driven it, so it's impossible for me to know. But from those that know what they're talking about, seem to think it's okay. And of course, you're going to talk it up.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a reason yet to panic. I had heard the engine program was having its issues. It was delayed last year. The reason it wasn't at Sandown was because it already had its first failure.
Yeah.
I think they said they couldn't get it there for some other reason, but the fact was it had a failure from what I was told, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because you're testing them right now to try and make the thing fail so you know what to fix.
Yeah,
so
work out what's vulnerable.
yeah. So if there was a failure, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you're just trying to make it crack. But in terms of performance, I don't know. I mean, it looks small, looks fast, and if the engine drivability is as good as they're telling me it actually is, maybe it's not going to be a bad thing, and we could see Walkinshaw and BJR quite fast.
Well, going off what I saw at Winton, which was a closed test day, so it was closed. They actually had a security guard at the gate ticking you off a list to get in. It looked fast.
Did you put a watch on it?
I personally didn't, but I know some of the other guys did, and it was quicker than the other supercar teams that were there on the day with their mains in there.
Yeah.
I think, and it visually looked fast.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it was doing everything right, sounded good. So, but again, I don't know what tyres are running. I don't know what configurations are running. As I said, it was super loud. So is it the right exhaust? Who knows? But from what I saw, it looked pretty sharp. And yeah, from what I heard, the times it was doing, it was really quick. So it'll be interesting.
I always enjoy reading our comments because there's a lot of positive, a lot of negative. But I feel like you kind of find something in the middle there where there's actually some constructive stuff. And a lot of people were saying in the video where I did the Talking Heads one about parity, some were saying like, what's wrong with it not being equal? Like, don't we want to see a manufacturer battle? And I actually agree with them. I think they're right. It's like we celebrate that we have Ford, Chev and Toyota in the championship, but then we celebrate when we have parity like they just did. All we're trying to do is make every car the same without them being the same, which takes away from their DNA. Like a car that rolls out, if you just put your best foot forward, that's your best thing within the rules. I feel like that's the DNA of a manufacturer rather than after they've been paritized and everything's been clipped back to make them equal. You might as well just have bodies over them. And I think there's actually an element where like that comment stuck with me because I thought he's not wrong. Like we could have a championship. If you want to have 3 manufacturers and celebrate that and promote it, I think that you should be allowed to have upgrades throughout the year. The budget would go nuts.
Already has.
But if you're not going to actually go, okay, we're going to have controlled bodies and we're going to celebrate that they're the same, why don't we allow manufacturers to actually use their powerhouses? Because at the moment, like the amount of resources and stuff being put into everything, but it's like their hands tied behind their back. You know what I mean? Like remember when we spoke to James Small about NASCAR, he said this new program's actually a bit frustrating because you're only using 10% of your skill set because you're actually not allowed to do very much. But I think it's like, well, we've got 3 different cars. Why don't we allow upgrades like Formula 1 do throughout the season? And if they need tweaks, they get them. But instead, as a championship, I reckon what we're going to end up doing is talking about parity a lot, and then we're going to have to detune some cars or make some faster to try and make them equal. And we're actually chasing like equality rather than performance.
Yeah, you work to the slowest car and you bring the others back.
So I even think with the championship format the way it is, it would be a good thing if the Toyota rolled out slow because I'd probably say they'll win the championship. Because remember what happened years ago with the Ford? It was slow, like 3 years ago. They upped it and there was only one Chev on the podium, which was Brody the year he won the championship. For the last 12 podium spots or something, Brody was the only Chev on the podium. And that's what happens if they start slow. They'll just get helped and they'll finish the year with a car that's outside the metrics. With
our new point system, that's probably a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. It will work in your favour. Yeah. So if you rolled out really strong, you'd almost right now go, shit, they're probably going to help the other guys to get up on us. So
you've called for sandbagging then, have you?
You'd be smart if you did. Like if Toyota came out and they struggled a little bit, that would be a strategy with the championship format it is because you only need to be top 10. So sandbag but stay inside the top 10 and then be like, we need help because Bathurst, we're struggling. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I still think Toyota, Ford and Chev, let them go at it. Because that comment stuck with me. I thought, if you're going to chase parity, then there'll always be negative comments about, well, it's not equal and my car's being held back and that one's got an advantage. Let's just like every quarter you're allowed to have an upgrade.
Well, it also gives the manufacturers more buy-in, which means they'll spend more money with us.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. And when you get to the end of the championship, it's not a conversation around who got the parity at the right time. It's about who did the best as a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Or you make the cars like NASCAR and just have different engines.
Yeah. And then just let them go hard on the engines.
Let them go hard on the engines.
Yep.
Within the anyway, I thought it was interesting, but that is, yeah, always keep the comments coming because that was one that really stood out to me and there was a lot of comments on that post. And I remember seeing that thinking, fuck, it kind of made me come around and go, actually, there's probably a different way to look at this. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for the comments. Keep them coming.
I like it.
We have next up got we took it to the fans actually for their vote between Ford, Toyota or Chev and who they think will win. So straight away, pop it in the comments of this podcast who you think is going to win the Manufacturers' Championship.
Yep.
Okay, so it's always been between Ford and Holden for the last few years. This year we've got 3 manufacturers. Who's coming out on top? I'll get into the fan vote in a second. We're very lucky that this segment is actually sponsored by 4-Wheel Drive Outdoor Supercentre. Much like us, they started with the goal of disrupting the market, and they've absolutely done that. Their mission is to bring down the cost of overpriced outdoor gear and make quality equipment affordable for everyone.
They're also an Australian-owned business that managed to cut the costs by removing the middleman. They run their own supply chain to keep the prices low, which ultimately means better prices for the customers.
That's right, Bubs. And they even do their own R&D right here in Queensland, making sure that they meet Australian quality standards.
Doesn't stop there, mate. 4-Wheel Drive Supercentre have introduced wholesale pricing to every customer. All you have to do is purchase 4 items in a single purchase and you'll get wholesale pricing.
Sounds pretty good to me, mate. If you'd like to check out their range, I will pop the link to their website in the description of this podcast. So follow down into the description and click the link, follow it over to their site and take a look at their range and see if there's something special you might want to get yourself. So yeah, thanks 4-Wheel Drive Outdoor Supercentre. It's time for the predictions, mate. We gave it to the fans. We put it on Instagram and Facebook. We're inundated with votes. But in the Instagram story, it was hands down the Ford. 72% voted Ford, 18% Toyota and 10% Chev.
It's disappointing for the Chev fans out there, like myself.
Yeah, it is actually. And it was similar in the, it wasn't quite as skewed in the Instagram post. 64% said Ford, 26 Toyota and 10% Chev. So still similar for Chev. And Facebook, really, it was just, I went through the comments and it was very much the same consensus between everyone. So yeah, but this segment is really the predictions for 2026. So it's time to take it away with our predictions, thanks to 4-Wheel Drive Outdoor Supercentre, Barber.
Yes, so for the teams championship, I've picked 888.
Yep.
Yourself?
Same one. Arbar.
Yep.
It's a hard one to go past, isn't it? Like I
mean, we just go on stats and figures here, mate, and you know, they're pretty solid as far as a team. Two great drivers. Yeah, they were strong. They've been strong the whole time. I don't know how many teams championships there were. You probably know off the top of your head, but I don't know. It'd be a lot.
I should, because I think last year when I went on one of my many rants, I think I listed when everyone's
that's what I thought you'd have it like ready to go.
Yeah, but I don't want to have a guess. But it's a lot. But I think, like I said, someone had a go at me this year. And I was like, actually replied, I've probably been a bit of a dick. But I said, fuck, mate, you put him in a high-ace van this year. I think the 2 cars still would have had more points to win the teams. Just because I think the gap was 1,000 and something points.
It was a lot, yeah.
And so I think, yeah, even if the Ford's not where it needs to be, I still think it's one of the only teams with probably 2 drivers that score points regularly, whether that's through reliability or team performance in the lane or drivers being, better or whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that Red Bull wouldn't win the teams. I reckon that's why I went with them.
Yeah. The manufacturer title, we've gone the same again. So I went Ford. You've also gone Ford, mate.
Yep.
Your predictions?
I hadn't seen yours until now, actually. So I'm just reading yours. These are good. So, yeah, Ford.
Give us your you can kick this one off for the drivers' top 3 in the championship. Who do you think? Because yours spun me out a bit when I saw this.
Oh, ours are totally different. We don't have one the same.
No.
I've actually gone, so I'll start with third.
Yep.
I've gone Will Brown, P3.
Yep.
Brock Feeney, P2. Ryan Wood, P1.
Toyota to win the championship on debut.
Yep.
First season.
Yep. So I've still got Ford winning the manufacturers. I've got Red Bull winning in a Ford for teams.
Yep.
But I think drivers, honestly, last year, Woody I thought he was actually unreal at the end. Had things go wrong, might have made, decisions throughout the year he probably would look back on and want to change, which is why I think this year he could be a lot more consistent. And the format, everything, I'm not even too stressed how the Toyota starts at the start. I think they could get it fixed up. If they've got engine issues, they're going to get it tuned up. They'll end up going to Adelaide. So that's my pick. Anyway, Woody to win first season in a Toyota. You have a rookie winner and first season for Toyota.
It'd be a great story for the sport.
Be huge.
If that happened.
Yeah.
And
I also like his attitude. Like, I think he got a beat up last year, and the format is why it played out the way it did. But Woody didn't do it. I think he played the game.
Yeah.
And he's a racer. And I think, good luck this year. He's going to be hard to beat.
while we're on that, shout out to Woody because he's racing TRS at the moment in New Zealand. He got a win on the weekend. He's been very fast. So again, the taxi drivers know how to show those F1 hopefuls how it's done, don't they?
They certainly do.
So it was cool. I had for my drivers top three, third Cam Waters, second I had Brody, and then first I had Brock. So I've got a bit of a Ford Cup this year, I think, going. I think, yeah, that's just what I'm...
Ford Cup, but you haven't put Will in the top three.
Yeah, that's right.
See, I think it's going to be quite close between Will and Brock at the last round, but I just think Woody... So you've got... So all three... What's happened to... Because Will finished second this year, didn't he, in Adelaide?
Oh, you ask me questions I can't answer, mate.
Who else is in the Ford? What about Randall? Where do you put him at the end of the season?
Well, you've asked for the top three, mate.
I know. I'm just going a bit further here. I'm trying to think of who else is in a Ford. You said it's going to be a Ford Cup.
Well, Matty Payne, I think, is going to be very strong. Kyle, I think, is going to be really good. I was toying up whether I put one of those two in my top three.
Who's the first non-Ford then? Put that in. If you think it's a
Anton.
Ford Cup, Anton.
He's the first Chev. In my non-Ford.
First non-Ford.
I'm going to go Anton.
You think the Toyota's a shitbox, don't you?
No, I just...
You said it looks fast at Winton, and now you're not even putting in your top four.
But it might be so fast it gets held back. I don't know.
True. First rookie to win a race.
Jaden Ojeda.
I've gone Rylan Gray.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
I think DJR, I hope for their sake, I think they're going to turn things around. Last year was a bit of a shit fight for them.
It'd be good. I'd like to see mate of ours, Tom Moore, have a really good year.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of people in there that are hungry after the Penske era and then to have this lull they've had.
Yep.
I think there'll be a lot of people that are fighting to get a run on the board in their own. It would feel like they've done it themselves, because that's been the big question mark is since Penske left, the success has gone a little bit and they will be going, fuck, let's get our own success now, create our own legacy again. Yeah,
I also say Jaden with the rookie stuff too because he got those extra 2 rounds and he was top 10 shootout at Adelaide. Like he's kind of got that little bit of a leapfrog.
Yep.
Whether that helps or not, I mean,
they're going to struggle. They've got Roland Dane running the show and what's he ever done? That's going to be tough.
You'll cop a spray next time you see him. You'll get a call tomorrow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his stats are a little bit longer than mine. But yeah, so, okay, now we're going to roll into NASCAR next. Actually, we did have Nicholas has put in here. Nicholas Higgins has put in our Patreon chat. He thinks Aaron Cameron could be a bit of a surprise this year. I'd agree with that.
Will he still be? Oh, he used to be classified as rookie because it's second year, won't he?
Second year. That doesn't count, mine.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so for anyone going, what about Cameron?
Anyone's second year doesn't count.
We were going first year rookies. So
yeah, first year rookies is, I think, has to be.
Speaking of him, though, I actually think Jimmy I think if BRT get their stuff sorted like I think they will, I think Golding will be strong as well.
Yeah, I think Blanchard's could be good. I hope it is. Like Timmy came on our pod and said he was really investing heavily to try and get somewhere. He wasn't going to just sit around and be a grid filler. That was his target. So at some point, if you're going to invest and
Ford do have a stacked lineup too. When you think about all the drivers in Ford, they do have a lot of fast guys.
Well, that's, I guess, the biggest problem for Chev at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even Toyota have got Chaz, Woody, and even Andre.
Cam Hill's fast.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a struggle with insane. If there's only 3 or 4 for Toyota, you've still got Reynolds and Anton straight up that are solid bets. And then if Ojeda and that do well, then you've got Ojeda and Declan. Then you do have
Ford's just stacked
4.
though.
Ford's
as far as talent goes, it's stacked at the moment.
That will be an issue though for the Ford. I think
it's not.
That's where the parity will come in.
Yeah.
You're going to end up, honestly, you'll end up with a Ford Cup for 80% of the season. Everyone goes, it needs parity. The Toyota's no good. And you're like, hang on, you're forgetting that all of the best drivers and best teams are running a Ford. Really?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You got, they've got a lot. They've got, what, 8 or 9 races.
Even if you just pick the cream of the crop with Cam Waters, Matt Payne, Will and Brock.
Brody.
Oh, fuck DJR, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Brody straight away, yeah.
There's
just the very top.
There's legit 8 or 9 race winners in Fords
this
year.
1, 2, 3,
Matty
There's
Payne's
3
one.
championship winners in it.
Yeah, like there's a lot.
It's going to be hard, and that's going to be a problem with the parity too. That's where this conversation, you got to either allow them to go engineer and chase performance, or never talk about this parity thing, because you'll be chasing an endless...
Chasing a ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Scotty, you know how our hunters are always trying to watch races from all over the world, Japan, Europe, USA, but they get that annoying pop-up saying this content isn't available in your region?
Mate, tell me about it.
Well, imagine if they could watch any race they wanted anywhere in the world without any dodgy pop-ups or any buffering.
Well, it's funny you say that, actually. We have a brand new partner on the show who's built exactly for that, NordVPN.
Oh, here we go. Tell me more.
We've actually been using NordVPN whilst we've been on the road creating the content for everyone. It keeps your data safe when you're on those dodgy motel Wi-Fi networks. It hides your location, and it also stops those dodgy ads following you around when you Google something just once.
So if you love your racing like us, or you just want to keep what you do online your own business, grab NordVPN. It's fast, secure, ridiculously easy. Even Scotty figured it out.
Yeah, righto, mate. Well, if you want to get the best deal on your NordVPN plan, head to nordvpn.com/Apex Hunters. Our link will actually get you 4 additional months on top of a 2-year plan. And don't stress, there's a Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So I will pop the link to Nord's website in the description of this podcast.
Sort your online life out, stay safe, and stream like a hunter.
NASCAR updates, mate. Chase format's back. It's the biggest one.
Yeah, that obviously was a big headline over the last week and a half.
Yeah, it was only a week ago, I think it got kind of announced.
Yeah, which is cool. I know a lot of their fans, NASCAR fans over there, were banging on that they didn't like the way they were doing it. A lot of the drivers were of the same view. I thought it was really cool that they had guys like Mark Martin, Dale Jr., a few people like that at the press conference talking about it and what they thought about it. But yeah, so the chase is back. I think that's really exciting. So it's a 26 race format for the regular season. And then basically it goes down from those after those 26 races, top 16 Cup drivers.
Yep.
Will go for the remaining 10 races in the chase. Xfinity Series this year is now called the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So that's going to be hard for us to – it's a bit like Adelaide, right? People still call it Clipsal.
I know.
Like so it's going to be hard.
I'm interested in what the drivers say when anything happens. You know, they're going, I'd like to thank the boys. The car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. Yeah. What are they going to say with O'Reilly's Auto Parts?
I don't know. So they only have so the top 12 of that go through to their chase. And then for the truck series, it's 10. So it just wingles its way down depending on the series.
Okay.
Take it away from there. Oh, it's now
55 points for a win as well. 40 is what it used to be, so it's up. So you get, because the points are accumulated over the 26 races, they've rewarded race winning more because win and you're in is gone.
Yeah, which is something that you've always
last year that was
about. Like you were like, why don't you just give more points? And then it's still the same. Like people are still desperate to win.
100%.
So
last year
they listen to the show, Scott. NASCAR. I mean, good on you guys.
They actually do, because I did get an email from NASCAR last week about our content going live from Daytona and Darlington. So
are we in trouble?
NASCAR do. No, I don't think so.
Oh, good.
But NASCAR do keep an eye on our stuff, and I'm positive that rant I went on, the one of many, they listened to that exactly. Went, you know what? Fuck, Scott Pye is bang on.
This Aussie knows his shit.
But that was what we said last year. Reward winning more by allowing more points for a race win, but you keep those points.
Yeah.
Because even if you won, what do we say? If you got 10 points for every race win, you would have had to have won 30 to win before you get to the last event.
Yeah.
But you'd still rock up, even if you've won 10. I think having a 100-point advantage at the last round, you should be in your favour. It should be like rewarding winning, which is what NASCAR is trying to do here, even though the points reset. But the points reset to, at the start of the chase, the points will reset to 2,100 for the leader. Second place resets to 2,075. Yep. So it's 25-point gap to second, and then third's 2,065. So then it goes down to 10.
Yes, that's right.
Yep. Then fourth, 2060, fifth to 2055.
Yep.
2055. So it is very similar to what we're doing. It's just across 10 races.
Yeah.
So for us, that would be like Gold Coast, Sandown, and Adelaide all counting for the finals, no reset. I think resetting after Sandown before Adelaide, you are asking for trouble. You've kind of got that NASCAR win and you're in. One race takes all format if someone has one bad race.
It's kind of the similar ratio though, because theirs is about 30. It's almost 30% of this full calendar year, and ours would be similar on how many rounds we do.
Yeah, but they don't reset the points with 3 races to go.
Oh no, I get that, but I'm just saying like the amount that it is kind of similar, but there are just some tweaks.
Like ours, you could literally adopt this by saying, okay, Gold Coast, Sandown and Adelaide is your playoff. That's the chase.
Yeah.
And then it would be exactly the same as this.
Yeah.
So you go to Bathurst, that's the end of your sprint format, and then you start your finals. And every race then counts towards the last one.
Well, it'd be before Bathurst because that'd be part of the Enduro Cup, right?
Yeah. So you sprint. Yeah, true.
So you just have you'd have your sprint
Enduro
champion,
Cup.
your Enduro Cup. You'd do your Enduros back as they do anyway, and then you'd roll into the.
And then that way you'd actually have enough races that if someone had a jammed wheel nut or the engine failed, like Brock's or whatever,
Or a fuel fitting come loose, like poor Woody had at Goldie.
Woody at Gold Coast, if that was the last round, he polled it. He was dominating. He should have won that weekend.
Yeah.
If he was in the finals and that was his results because he had the fuel issue, like that's everyone says I was disappointed about Brock. If the roles were reversed and Gold Coast was and Woody had that season, it'd be the same. You'd be like, this is fucked. It doesn't work. So NASCAR, I think big credit to them. I think this is a big change, and it took them admitting that they didn't have it right, really, because to change it, you've got to say it wasn't how it should be.
Yeah, and
they tried it,
and
they've reverted.
Yeah, and they, like a lot of sports that are televised, they're chasing TV numbers as well as live audience attendance, but they've noticed that there's a bit of a softening there, and they're trying to ramp that back up, and so kudos to them, they started listening to the fans again.
Yeah,
and the people that know, like team owners and ex-drivers and stuff that are just pure racing fans, because racing fans, you either love it or you hate it. Like we don't have a lot of fans.
Like Dale said, motorsport's unique, and you either like motorsport or you don't. And if you don't, go watch ball sport.
Correct.
Who was the driver? I'm just trying to think. Who was Chase Elliott?
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. He said, "We're not ball sports." And do you remember when I said that after Adelaide? I got hammered by so many people saying I was biased. But I was like, you got Chase Elliott saying we're not the same. We can't play the same rules as them because our championship doesn't work like that, because we have like mechanical parts and things that contribute to. It's not just like two people in the final going head to head. There's too many other factors. We're not ball sports, which was what I was saying. It's like too many variables to just have a grand final. You want to make sure whatever format you do, you want to sway the percentage in favour of it going to the final event. And ideally the last race, but making it a lottery with like 23 or 22 people that can just fuck up the race for 3 or 4 others it's different, but it's not the same. But anyway, that's good. And in the points, I did see a few people say that, I think it was one of the guys that was there said that Shane wouldn't have been in the playoffs, but in this format he actually would have, because of the 55 points rewarding race wins, and he got 4 in the playoff run, 4 wins. He would have finished 15th in this championship format. So still would have been top 16.
No, it's good. And also for our horsepower fans out there, they are increasing from 670 to 750 horsepower at ovals less than 1.5 miles long and all road and street courses.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting to watch too, what comes of that, whether it makes the racing better or what happens from that. But that's good.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Old Man Scott has admitted what, because one of the fans in here had said, I can't see where it is, had said, did Supercars admit it? I think he admit they got it wrong. I don't think... And he said biggest crowds and TV audience because of it.
I think we were talking about NASCAR. I think he thought we were talking about Supercars finals.
Yeah.
When I said about the TV audience and the crowds.
Oh, right.
I was purely talking NASCAR, not.
But I think Supercars could change it and retain that. I think if we kept the playoff run so that it's like the chase, it's the same as the chase, Gold Coast, Sandown, Adelaide plays for it. Otherwise, and honestly, I think Chaz is amazing. Last year is a gimmick. And if it continues this year, and it's only a gimmick because one mechanical failure handed him a championship, and it was only a gimmick in addition to that because his teammate was faster and he just kept moving over to let someone else win, which means you're not even the fastest in your team. And that, I think, would eat Chaz away, because I think he would want to know I'm a champion and I did that because I'm the best. That's all. So I think if you don't change it, and that's what my post on the same day, as soon as that race finished, I did that post and I said that I think it's bad. Because now, unless you do what NASCAR's done here, which still isn't ideal, ideally you think you should reward the best across the season. But I think you can keep the hype and keep everything that we got as a bonus, like of the attendance and it going to the wire and everything like that. But it might be that one thing out of a driver's control doesn't completely derail a full season of dominance.
Yeah, I think that's...
And that could be Ryan Wood this year.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Wood could have, the Toyota could be great all year. He could win 12, 15 races and then have a fuel issue at the last race. And whoever wins then, it's a gimmick. And I did change because I had to see the whole thing play out. Like I had to see that happen to go, oh, fuck, I never thought that could actually happen. I thought...
Or the likelihood of it happening or whatever. Yeah.
So I got it wrong. And then I saw it and I went from loving it to going, oh my God, this has a massive hole in it, which is what NASCAR's done. They've gone, yeah, okay, there's a big hole here and we need to actually revert and change it. Hunters, I just want to take a moment to thank one of our fantastic supporters, Shaw & Partners Financial Services. Shaw & Partners are a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm. They act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. So, if you're looking for advice or assistance with investments or strategies, look no further than Shaw & Partners Financial Services. With a 35-year history and 8 offices strategically placed all over Australia, their financial advisors are within reach and ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. For more information, follow the link in the description of this podcast. Back to the show. Greg Biffle sadly passed away whilst we were away as well from last year. Him and his family. This isn't new news or anything. It happened a little while ago now, and they had his funeral last week as well. But I just wanted to say his house got ransacked. Reportedly, they stole $30,000 in cash, along with some weapons and memorabilia. But I'm like, I put that in because I'm like, what kind of assholes?
There's some fucked up people in the world, mate.
They just absolutely blew me away. So it's like, I don't know, man. It just, that actually, when I saw that come out, that knocked me. I just thought, who the fuck would, yeah, for entire family to be, well, majority of the family gone and what's left grieving, and then people think,
I'll go ransack their house. Yeah.
And I'm sure that they would have known who owned the house and they thought it was an opportunity. So anyway, condolences to his family, and I just thought that was disgraceful.
IndyCar.
Yeah. Will Power. Switched to Andretti, had his first test day.
He did.
And I heard them say in an interview with him, he's celebrating his 45th birthday. And I just thought, we always give props to Fernando Alonso. And I think Will Power is arguably more competitive than Alonso still in a championship that's a lot of the guys that end up there, like Palou, could be in Formula One, but the right opportunities aren't there and they end up in IndyCar. So it's arguably more competitive.
And arguably the cars are a lot harder to drive.
Physically, yeah.
Like physically.
Proper race cars.
So, yeah, that was actually... He didn't respond me, so thanks, Will. But I did message him on his first, when I saw he was having his test day, asked him how it was, but he was very tight-lipped.
Yeah, very tight-lipped by the sounds of it.
Very tight-lipped. Didn't even read it.
I thought, I'm really looking forward to seeing how he goes this year, and I hope he does well, because I think getting rid of him was a mistake. I think age was the deciding factor there, because the performance was there. But I got to say, I guess I might jump straight to it, but the biggest talking point really is going to be, can Penske rebound from what was a tough year in IndyCar? And then I'd put here, is the new driver Malukas going to be bang or bust?
It's a good question.
Because he's got big shoes to fill, given that it's Will Power.
Yeah, I mean, very big shoes to fill when you're replacing arguably one of the fastest IndyCar drivers of all time.
Yeah, won races last year.
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Sound check.
Nice. Looking forward to seeing how Will goes at Andretti.
I'm really hoping he has a standout year. Yeah. It's 20 seasons now in IndyCar, and I hope this is his best. So Aussies get behind Will. I
am hoping Penske find their form again. Too, I'd love to see Scotty Mack have a solid year.
Yeah.
Will Penske bounce back? That is shocker last year, really, across sort of all fronts.
I know. Even NASCAR, that format suited them to a T. Phoenix is their best track, and they just weren't in the show at the end. Just tough season and didn't make it. So it is going to be interesting. And the new driver Malukas, a little bit of background behind him. So he's Scotty Mack's teammate now, and as well as Joseph Newgardens. Last year, he had 5 top 10 finishes, 97 laps led, and finished 11th in the final series standings. He did drive for AJ Foyt, so one of the smallest teams.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting how he performs this year.
Yeah.
Penske don't usually pick drivers that are bust.
I'm sure
I'm sure he's going to be talented and fast. And
look, I'm sure most of that field are probably exceptional,
Yeah.
like all extremely high levels of motorsport. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. But yeah,
Do you think Penske can bounce back and take it to? I mean, it's Ganassi's the biggest issue because even Scott Dixon at his age, I don't know how old Scott Dixon is, but fuck, he's been around. Hasn't he been around longer than Will?
I think he might have, in Indy maybe.
And he's a beast as well. So
He's won so many championships. He is so.
Alex Palou 4-time, won Indy last year. Scott Dixon, arguably one GOAT of IndyCar. And do you think Penske can bounce back this year and take it to them?
Yeah, I think they can. I think, it'd be a bit like someone ruling out, if Triple Eight had a slump, it'd be a bit like ruling them out. Any of those big organisations that have time and time again proved it across anything they enter, I think they'll bounce back. So, as I said, for Scotty Mac's sake, I hope so. But I'm sure they will, I've got no doubt.
Burlap Sack jumped in here as well and said hello. Hello. Just a reminder, if you want to be watching this live next time, jump in Patreon and check that out. Now, Scotty Mac does have a new race engineer this year as well, Raul Prados. So I think that's how you say his name correctly, but he's stepped up and Scotty Mac's old engineer is now the head of engineering across all three entries. I think this is all part of the fallout from when Penske had to let Tim Cindric go and there was the cheating scandal around the Indy 500 last year. So I think there's a restructure. They probably just waited to the end of the season for the opportune time for that to happen. So it is a new engineer for Scotty, which will be interesting how that goes, given I think his last engineer was pretty awesome. And it's a big shift, but maybe some change needed to happen because like you said, last year wasn't great for them and hopefully this year is. So it would be good to see Scotty and Will do well. Obviously there's other Kiwis in there with Scott Dixon and
Armstrong back there.
Armstrong's in it, I think. But obviously Will and Scotty have both been on our podcast. So
Massive AHU fans.
yeah. So we've got to keep a close eye on them. Newgarden's new ad as well has dropped. Perfect Neighbour. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, so send me the
Fucking
link.
good. They're doing such a good job with their stuff. I hope you're enjoying this episode, but I do have to interrupt just quickly to thank our fantastic supporters that allow us to create the content for you. East Coast Car Rentals. If you're in the market for a rental car, think of those guys. And if you'd like a cheeky 15% discount, AHU15 is the discount code there for 15% off. If you're in the market to buy a car, not rent one, Lancaster Motor Group, we've got you covered for new or used cars. So think Lancaster Motor Group. Quadlock, fantastic supporter of our podcast as well. We use their products every single day on the pod using their desk mounts here. Also, we've used them to create the additional content like we did the Adelaide Motorsport Festival using their action camera mounts. So whether it's mounts, phone cases, they've got you covered. Quadlockcase.net. Now, the website for all of these brands that support us will be in the description of this podcast. Back to the show. Dakar. Should we get into that one now, or have I missed something in there with IndyCar? No, we're all good. Dakar. This is a stacked pod. I feel like we're flying through it, but we've got Dakar, and then stay tuned. We've got Formula One to wrap the show up. And we're going to give our 26 predictions for that as well.
Dakar was unbelievable this year. Just to think that a race that goes for that long was won by 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
In the bike category, sorry guys. In the bike
category, yeah. So I don't even understand how that is actually possible. The last stage was 49 minutes by the winner. P2 coming into the stage was 3 minutes 20 seconds off the lead of the rally. And he won it by 2 seconds because the leader that went into the stage as leader made a mistake, made a wrong navigation
Rick.
in the last 3 kilometres. 3 Ks to home, made a navigation error.
Poor Ricky Brayback. So he rides for Honda. He was the one that was leading.
Yep.
Made the mistake.
Luciano Benavidez. Is that how you say Benavidez?
You said that well.
Did I say that right?
Oh, well, it sounded good to me.
It rolled off my tongue. It felt good.
So when
Luciano's better. He's like, that's not how you say my name.
they both finished, and at the point, Dakar didn't know who had won. It was so close. They're both waiting there, and they're talking to each other going, congrats for finishing, all that sort of stuff. Who's won? They got no idea. Just unbelievable. I mean, to finish that is ridiculous, but for it to come so close, great race by both of those guys. But yeah, I really felt for Ricky. It's so easy to make a nav mistake in that race. But for that to be 2 seconds, that's gonna. Geez, you need a few beers to get over that, I reckon.
Imagine how many times you'd be replaying in your head where even if you're buttoned off for a bit of recovery or where you might have hesitated on a navigation and thought, no, I'll just just wait and check or see another rider. There's 2 seconds, dude.
Yes.
After it was 50 hours of racing.
Yeah, it's wild.
So yeah, it is unreal. But massive shout out as well to Chucky.
Yeah, Daniel Chucky Sanders, tough as nails, mate.
I know. I texted him today and just said I'd let it go for a bit because I'm sure he was hammered with fan mail because he did such an unbelievable job. He finished 5th overall. In stage 10, broke his collarbone, his sternum, and finished the last 3 stages. At one point, he was still running like 3rd on the stage and ended up obviously, but I'm assuming he gassed out or whatever with the injury and fell back. But yeah, unbelievable. You said tonight, you couldn't believe in the interview when he said, it's okay, the dunes are over and the rocks will be a lot easier.
Yeah, he's broken his collarbone and his sternum. He's like, oh no, we're done with sand now, so I'll be okay. It's all just rocks. Like, that sounds shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you, mate, for sticking it out. I liked in his interview, he said, mum and dad didn't raise no quitter, so unless I physically get dragged out of here by a doctor, I'm finishing. So,
yeah,
they're just built differently, but hats off to you for finishing, mate. That's a massive effort.
Yeah.
Dakar,
I will hopefully get him back on our pod too. So he's in Brisbane today. So all the best with, I imagine he said he's in Brisbane today to assess what's happening with surgery and everything. So good luck with that. And hopefully when he's back, if he's off the pain meds, he'll be able to come in here for a quiet 1 or 7 like last time and join us for a chat and talk about how impressive his effort was. Because I know he wanted to win. He was winning until he had the shunt.
He was dominant.
Yeah.
He was dominant, as we knew. He's very best in the world.
He's the best in the world.
He proved that last year.
Yeah.
It's just a shame, unfortunately. It's a dangerous sport, and they missed a sand dune, and a few of them got injured on that. So, Dakar Cars. I can't pronounce his last name.
No, go. Have a go.
Nasser El Attiyah and Fabian Lerquin won.
I love how you called it Fabian. I've never heard you call Fabian Coulthard Fabian.
I'm thinking it's
I know you
something a bit out there, So they've won, and that's actually 6. That's Nasser's 6th.
Yeah, I know.
Dakar win. He did 3 in South America and 3 in where are they?
Saudi?
Saudi Arabia, yeah. So that's amazing. He's like the GOAT of Dakar. And his teammate is Sebastian Loeb. So he's not racing a plonker. Like, he's amazing. Nani Roma and Alex Haro for Ford were 2nd. And then Matthias Ekstrom, who I rate him very highly.
Yep.
And Emil Bergevist in Ford again. So Ford had 3rd and 2nd on the podium, and then what do they call that thing you want? A Dacia Sandrider or however they pronounce it, was Nasser's vehicle that he took.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that, yeah.
But it was, I just thought he's just an absolute...
He must be a freak.
He must be so good at he's obviously extremely fast.
A lot of the navigation though.
But he just knows the desert so well, and he's really good at that. So that was, I thought, an amazing effort. Toby Price, shout out to the Aussie. He was in the cars. He finished 8th. He did get a 3rd on one of the stages, so Toby went all right there for his...
I liked the BTS stuff Toby did prior to the pod. I just heard, so old man Scott shout out there. He said first pod as a Patreon member was fun, is what I read there. So I heard that's where my mind went. But I really like that Toby Price did some behind-the-scenes content in the lead-up to Dakar, and he was giving a bit of insight into the visibility and how hard it is to navigate, because he said on the bike you've got 360. You can turn around and you can see everything. So if you think you've missed a waypoint, turn around, assess it. No, that's not it. Carry on. The truck, once you've passed it, even if it's a hairpin, once you've turned in, you can't see anymore. So you've got to do a U-turn, track back, and so you can lose a lot more time.
Yeah.
And so I think the navigating, that's where that NASA, I think, has such an advantage, is his ability to listen to his navigator and react quick enough. Because I think Toby's navigator said that the biggest challenge is you're doing 160 Ks an hour, say, or 170, and you're reading nav points, and he's got to react really quickly. Like within a few tenths of a second, he needs to brake and prepare for the corner. And if you don't, you've got no visibility to see where it was. So I think that's where, like, someone like Sebastian Loeb, normally it still feels like a closed circuit, a lot of those. So I think you're right when you say the navigation has to be the most important thing. Like, if you knew the track, the finishing order would probably be very different.
Yeah, it's a real
Matthias Ekstrom.
It's a massive...
Seb Loeb, they're going to be guys that are up there, but yeah, it has to be an art form. I mean, Matthias does a good job as a closed circuit racer to have gone over to Dakar and do what he does.
Yeah.
Because I was watching it going, we said, fuck, it'd be cool to do Dakar. And then I was watching Toby's behind the scenes videos and I was thinking, It's heaps harder than I thought it would be.
I mean, it'd be fun. It would be useless, but it'd be a heap of fun.
But yeah, shout out to Toby. Good job with 8th, highest finishing Australian. But I think he seemed genuinely disappointed with that. And he did have to help his teammate home as well because his teammate was in contention for a podium.
Yeah.
And then he towed him back in, but then he had another issue the next day and was out. So it derailed Toby's rally as well while trying to help his teammate, who then didn't go on to get the result. So not great. I think he looked really disappointed, and he did say, I hope those that needed to see it saw what I could do and saw how much of a team player I am, and I get another opportunity. So I think he's fighting for his opportunity there for next year, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, good job. Time for F1, mate.
Yes, let's do it. What do you got for us, Scotty? New season, new set of rules?
Yeah, I thought the first thing was some of the new terminology that'll be used. So Mercedes did a really good job putting out a post on each one. So boost mode being the first. So I just thought we'd run through some of these so that if you're going to watch F1 this year, you hear the key terminologies are going to be used. So DRS was one everyone used. Yeah. But those types of terminologies are going to change this year. So boost mode is the first one. Designed as a driver-operated energy deployment tool from the energy recovery system, ERS, which has been around for a long time. Yep. Boost mode gives those behind the wheel maximum power from the engine and battery at the push of a button, no matter where they are on track.
Yep.
This will help a driver attack the car in front or defend from the car behind.
Yep, nice.
Sounds kind of similar to IndyCar. You've got the push to pass, which for them, it sounds like that this using the ERS system, you can actually use it as many times as you want.
I was just going to ask that.
Whereas I think he said, what they say, 200 seconds, I think you can use it for IndyCar. Is that what Hinch told us?
There's a limit, yep.
The next one is overtake mode. Drivers can use overtake mode when less than a second behind the car in front to deploy extra power to help them overtake. The replacement of DRS is designed to aid on-track passing and can be used all at once or across a lap to help gain a position. Okay. So one big burst or multiple times throughout the lap. The next one's active aero. This one's quite cool, isn't it? Active aero. Designed for corner and straight line mode, active aero will enable strategic adaptability by maximizing full usage of the car's power through greater on-track grip. This will be done through dynamically adjustable angles on the front and rear wing elements in specific high-speed sections. The next one's recharge. So drivers can recharge their battery with recovery energy from braking, on-throttle lift at the end of the straights, and even corners where only part power is applied.
There you go.
There's a few there. Recharge sounds similar. I feel like they had that's where ERS come into it with the energy recovery system. But anyway, so boost button, overtake mode, active aero, and recharge are going to be the four big things you hear, I guess, in the coverage, which are kind of new. I like the way they've gotten rid of DRS.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lower downforce helps as well, follow closer and makes the push to pass more effective. I'm already doing it wrong, but the boost button. Overtake mode. They've really got two. They've really got two. There's boost mode and overtake mode. So they've kind of got two.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope that that gives you a little bit of explanation into those two. And then Mercedes and Red Bull, mate, have killed it straight out of the gate by the sounds of it. Yeah,
so there's talk already that there's two engine manufacturers that have found a bit of a grey area or a loophole in the rules and have been able to effectively give themselves a bit more grunt. So that's going to be interesting. So, yeah, Red Bull and Merc powertrains have effectively, I think how the rule was written, that at stationary or cold, the compression ratio needs to be 16-1, but Red Bull and Merc have found a way to achieve 18-1 across the lap.
So I think with temperature, as it increases, I guess,
so
increases compression.
I assume they've obviously made something out of a certain material or designed it a certain way that, in temperature it then increases. But when they measure it, it's within the rules.
More compression, more power, bigger bang.
Yep. Apparently all the other teams have kicked up a bit of a fuss, but it's so late now and they're so far into it that everyone's already built all their stuff and it's probably going to be a bit hard for the FIA or F1 to actually change it. So that's going to be interesting, and it's said to be about 15 horsepower worth of advantage.
That surprised me. That's a lot.
Which is about 0.3 per lap. And obviously, depending on track, could be more, could be a little bit less. Yeah. But, I mean, you ask anyone that's in motor racing, the keyword being motor, you'll take 15 horsepower every day over a competitor if you can.
Actually, I was thinking too, I wonder if, because now it's 50% combustion, 50% battery, if it's worth 50% horsepower just in combustion.
15, yep.
That's actually quite a big that's a bigger percentage than it being 100% of the power, 15%,
Of the whole
15 horsepower.
the whole power unit.
Yeah. So it will be interesting. 3/10 per lap as well, they're saying, which is fucking huge. So
And with it, with how obviously this system works now with the new add-ons, it's huge. So
I still hate they call them power units.
yeah, just call them engines or whatever.
It's like supercars. We should run a poll. Call it V8 supercars. We're not going away from V8s for so long. Let's just bring V8
If
back.
they go away from V8s, it will die. So there'll always be V8s.
Yeah.
We've
and
learned this.
calling like up until, I mean, it was 80-20 last year, combustion and electric. Calling them power units, I feel like it's like box ticking almost. So they're trying to go down the green path, but they're just motors. It's just the motor.
So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We'll know after obviously the Barcelona test.
Yep.
What's going on there. So, but that's going to be interesting. So if you are someone that wants to put some money on someone, probably pick someone with a Merc or a Red Bull engine, I'd imagine.
I know, and that is McLaren. So for all us Aussie fans, there's a hope for Oscar. He is a Mercedes-powered race car, which sounds like it could be promising. If you're hoping for a Lewis comeback, might not be likely.
Poor Ferrari, I can just feel they're going to have another stinker.
I know. I'll put that in my F1 prediction, so we'll get to that. While we are chatting here, I want to see people put in the comment section their top 3 for the Formula One World Drivers title. I think it's going to be interesting. We'll get to that soon.
Yes.
Max's get-out clause. So the pressure's on Red Bull this year. So they've developed their own power unit alongside Ford. Well, Ford have developed it alongside Red Bull.
Yeah, so Ford are a partner.
So Ford are, they are going big this year in motorsport as well, and into 27 as well. They're coming into hypercar again, which is pretty cool. But Max's get-out clause in his contract last year, so 2025, if he was outside the top 3 at the summer, pretty much their midway point, he could opt out of his contract for the following year.
Yep.
He was top 3, so the clause wasn't activated, but it's actually been revealed that for this season, so 26, if he's not leading the championship,
He can bugger off.
he can leave.
Yeah, wow.
So at that point in the championship, around the summer break, if Max isn't P1 in the World's Drivers title, his contract is void. Now that, the chances of him being one, they're not slim because it's Max Verstappen, but given it's a new power unit they're developing,
New car.
it's not guaranteed. So he could, if this is a bit of a shitbox, he will be able to sit back if he's not P1 in the title, see the lay of the land and pick the next best car because this regulation is going to be around for a while.
This
He'll
season,
jump ship.
Yeah, this season really for the absolute guns like Max, this season is all about window shopping. What car am I going to win my next title in?
Yep.
Or what's the best car I can get my ass in?
Yeah.
If you're not happy with what you got.
And if you're Kimi Antonelli, you're going, fuck, if it's our car, I better perform.
Correct.
Because you
there'll be people
know,
wanting
like
that seat.
say George comes out strong and you're Kimi, you're going to want to be P2 because you're going to have to prove why you should stay in that seat when someone like Max will be on the market. But
And is P2 enough? Like, is P2 to George enough?
it does come back to what we saw though with McLaren last year. When you have 2 number ones, that brings its own problems.
It's true. It's true, actually. Yeah.
And if you've got a guy like George, not saying Kimi couldn't be the guy who wins the championship coming up, but if George was to win it and Kimi's P2, I'd keep that driver pairing if I'm honest.
Yeah. If you got one that's 2/10 up the road, you're like, this is good. He'll still be fill the podium, but
rather than doing what McLaren did and taking points off each other with 2 drivers, and they've done that. Notoriously for years they've done that.
Yeah.
They've always tried to get the 2 best drivers, which is fine. That's just the way they go racing, but I think it creates its own set of problems. But anyway, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Red Bull to deliver and make sure that Max is P1. And then Isaac Hadjar, I think good opportunity this year for him to be in a new car.
Yeah.
It's probably the point of difference between all the other people that have failed against Max.
Yeah.
How do you think he'll stack up against Verstappen?
Yeah, I agree with you in that he's got the best opportunity now because it is new learnings for everyone. So new learnings for Max, new learning for him. I still think Max is going to be dominant, but I think he's a real chance of being the best we've seen to get closer to Max than what we have seen in the past.
Yeah.
I think he's built for it. Like, he seems like he's not much phases him and he's pretty rock solid. So I think, I think he'll do a good job, but I still think Max is going to take the cake.
I think Max will. I think Isaac will do enough. I think it's been a while since we've seen someone do enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Isaac will be, if Max was 1, I think Isaac will be a top 6, top 5. Might be 5th, might be 6th, it could be 3rd. Like, I think he'll be there, which is close enough. Whereas at the moment we're seeing,
He'll be within 2 tenths.
unfortunately, yeah, the P2 is normally, like P2 driver is normally out of the 10, not making Q3 more often than not. So it's going to be interesting. Grid has expanded this year as well. 22 drivers, 11 teams with Cadillac joining.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one too. So nice to see an extra 2 cars on the grid.
It's going to be hard with Cadillac. They are a full startup, dude. I watched
and Ferrari engines too. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I love how competitive Ford versus GM. Yeah, because Cadillac and Ford have this history, obviously, and we get it out here with red versus blue, and it runs through your blood. But I loved at the Ford launch, one of the guys there said during his speech that with the Cadillac program, how they're powered by Ferrari. And he said so they can't even develop their own engine. Kind of threw shade at GM saying...
Shame going, why is build your
own? Yeah, exactly. He goes, well, we've got this program with Red Bull. We're developing the engine. It's the powertrain. It's the heart of the car. And Cadillac's had to go and buy a Ferrari engine to put in their GM. So is it really... I just thought they're so competitive. Yeah. And that's what you need. You need that. You need them to throw shade. But Cadillac have got a big uphill battle. I saw one of their videos they released. They were employing 10 to 12 employees a week. They were at 100 people in their aerodynamics alone, which is the largest department. But this was December. By round one, they're hoping to be at 600 staff. And in December, they were at 400.
Crazy.
So it's crazy how fast they're trying to acquire people. And the only concern I have with that is where do you get those people from? Because a lot of the best people are going to be in the good teams already. So I do worry a little bit about, not worry, I mean, you just go, okay, how are they going to perform? Because the amount of people you need and the amount of talented people, it's not easy to find 200 from where they are at already.
And everyone that works on a race team is competitive. So they don't want to not do well.
Yeah.
So that's a good point, mate. I found it interesting with the Cadillac team too, because when we were at Hendricks, and that's where GM Tech Centre is, they were building 11 engine dynos while we were there for the F1 program.
Yeah, I guess they must do their own dyno testing, do they there? But
yeah, they must send so that was...
On a Ferrari customer program? Or is that a change since we were there maybe?
Maybe it's changed, but I was hoping they were going to try and develop their own units, but they haven't.
Perspective on team size. So a lot of the big teams are over 1,000. Red Bull, Merc, McLaren, Ferrari, those teams. Mm-hmm. The smallest teams, Haas, at around 250. I think Haas do a good job being a full customer program.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I've always thought that. Even in their very first season, they came out strong. They went Ferrari customer, but they went proper customer. They didn't just take, nitpick little things here and there. They did a full customer program. And this was interesting. I thought Aston Martin has expanded last year from 550 to 850.
Wow.
The business hasn't really changed its model. Imagine, it's not that your company's just acquired a bunch of new clients and you need to grow to service them. You've just gone, we want to be more competitive. How many more staff can we have?
How much more can we fit into 24 hours? Need more people.
Yeah. And then, anyway, true startup for Cadillac. They were, in this video, they were still building factories for the team. So it's going to be a big push for them. But they were the first car to run on track this year. Actually, no, Audi were, I think. Audi then Cadillac. I think the Audi sounded more like a spaceship than the Cadillac in the video I saw. But Audi as well, building their own power units, that's going to be interesting this year how they perform. Because I think that, I don't know.
Could be a real shitbox if the car's no good and the motor.
I know. Like the Sauber wasn't the best.
No.
And that's what they've inherited. But we could be wrong. I read an article, they're investing $2 billion, so they're not going to want to fuck around and find out. They're in there playing serious. But I struggle to see how you take a car that wasn't spectacular, build your own power unit and think you're going to
build something unknown. And I mean, it is unknown though. It could be a rocket ship. I do like that you put in there that Hulkenberg has a 50,000 euro per point bonus system in his clause
for Hulkenberg.
Yeah, and you touched on very reminiscent of Kimi Räikkönen when he was with Lotus, and he nearly sent him bankrupt because he earned 19.5 million euros across that season on the same 50,000 euro per point deal because they did not expect him to go as good as he did.
It was like 300 points or something he scored, and they I saw that same article you're talking about where they were like, I think if he took the money, they couldn't afford to pay the salaries for the rest of the staff. So it was like, the only thing I'd say is when you're prepared to do 50K per bonus
This is Euro guys too, so it's like 100,000 Aussie.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah, per point.
We're not in a good spot here. But it is one of those things that you go, fuck, does the team really believe in do they believe we can get many points? But I'm sure, though, he would have had a low sign-on fee, I guess. You know, Hulkenberg's contract might be below what he was happy with.
Yeah.
So they've had to weight it in favour of bonuses. And, I mean, I hope he gets it. But I think Formula One as well, they do reward per point. You get paid per point you score. So it's not a full out-of-pocket fee. But, yeah, the Raikkonen one was one of those with Renault when he just outperformed what they expected. And Lotus, sorry. That's when he got the podium at Abu Dhabi and stuff, and he's like, "Leave me alone. I'm working pretty much." So Steve McDonald has put in our chat as well. Remember Audi's Le Mans team? I'm assuming you're talking about they're pretty much they're full hybrid, really, aren't they these days? The LMP1 cars.
Yeah, I mean
so they are capable,
and they're a massive car. Like Mercedes were really good with that battery technology originally based off what they were doing in the road car stuff. There is stuff that's transferable, and Audi has a big road car program too. So
I just think the depth of competition is probably different in Formula One.
And to your point, mate, can they get the right staff? You know, that's a big thing. The experience.
Well, luckily, I guess Audi's taking over Sauber, but then the staff at Sauber aren't going to be probably much better than Cadillac's able to get. You know, the best are going to be the best teams.
Yeah.
Or teams that, like Aston Martin, are able to sell the potential.
Everyone talks. If someone's good, they get picked up pretty quick by the top team.
Yeah.
If someone goes, that person down there, Jimmy down there is amazing. He's the best at what he does.
Yep.
Jimmy gets picked up pretty quick.
Yeah. There's heaps of Jimmys in Italy as well as we move into Ferrari. Jimmy in Italy. So Ferrari, Lewis changed race engineer. I've got some of their best bits. Pass me I think it's here actually. You just need to give me audio. So I thought that Adami and Lewis they had some absolutely fire radio. And I actually can't believe they've separated the two, because the way they communicated I thought was perfect. So here's a little snippet for everyone of Lewis Hamilton and his race engineer. It kicks off at round 1. They got off to an absolute banger.
Stay mode charge button on.
Yeah, no problem. Just don't repeat everything, please.
Understood. Can use K1 when you close.
Into it, please.
K1 available.
Yes, I know. Leave me to it, please.
To avoid the deny DRS, we suggest upshift and then DRS.
Please leave it. Yes, leave it.
I'm P10. And good work out there. You can charge button on, please.
This is round 1.
Bit timing there, but good work.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but at least we didn't come home completely empty-handed.
1 point.
Are they still nearly a minute ahead?
Medium and McLaren's on hard, lapping 16. Very close to each other, fighting.
You're not answering the question. It doesn't really matter, yes. I'm just asking, am I a minute behind, or?
And pay attention, track limits turn 1. We had the second strike. No lap time 28.
No, when I got the first one, man. Shit, now.
Racing pole for late, right?
Yeah, look, dude, not telling me I'm racing people. I know I'm racing them, man. Just leave me to it. I'm racing everyone ahead of me. In China, I got out of the way when you're on a different strategy.
Understood. We swap the cars.
Have a tea break while you're at it. Come on.
I feel like that's a highlight. Have a tea break while you're at it.
Oh, that sounds like a happy relationship.
So I'm shocked. I was knocked for 6 when I heard they changed the engineering line on Lewis's car. But his engineer as well has been moved onto the Young Driver Development Program. So good luck to those lads. Communication obviously isn't a must-have to get to Formula One for the young drivers.
Jesus.
Because that was terrible, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. And it makes such a difference. Like, you would have been there where you can hear by the voice of who's on the radio if they're stressed or not, or you know, it just makes such a difference how you feel in the car. And then it can really derail if you've got the wrong person on your radio, that's for sure. And if you get the right person, it's amazing. Nothing's a drama.
Well, and that's the sad thing for Lewis. He's come from Bono.
Yeah.
Like, really, their relationship seemed unbelievable.
Yeah, knew what he wanted.
So that's sad. So, yeah, probably a rhetorical question here, but do you think Ferrari can bounce back this year with the new regulations or not?
No.
No.
I'd love him
Keep it short and sweet.
Like, I'm a massive Hamilton fan. I'd love to see nothing more than Hamo win a couple of races or whatever. But
who finishes on top, Charles Leclerc or Lewis Hamilton?
I'm going to say Hamilton.
Okay.
I still rate him. I don't think we saw the best of him this year. Like, clearly that's not, what we just heard is not going to make him drive amazing. And they had dramas and, so I still back him.
I'm going to go Charles Leclerc.
Copy.
Predictions.
Here we go.
Let's get into this one.
What do you got, Scotty?
Mercedes power unit engine to win the Constructors.
Okay.
I've got George, World Drivers Champion.
Yep.
I'd actually like to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, I would too.
I rate George. I'd like to see that. Antonelli to win
See a bit more of this.
I gave you space there to let that breathe.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Antonelli to win multiple races. I say that, but if George wins the title, it's probably expected because it would mean they've got a good car.
You've turned on him, mate. You said he was shit last year.
Best car in the lane, mate.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying
but
he's going to beat George multiple times.
He beat him multiple times at the end of last year.
Yeah, I'm just saying you didn't rate him that much last year.
I still think he's no Lewis Hamilton, dude. Okay. They always said he was like the new Lewis Hamilton. I'm like, Lewis Hamilton finished second on debut. I don't think so. Where was that? He fucked me now.
Biggest flop.
You for fucking me over in my F1 prediction.
Jeez, you useless tonight.
F1, it's my first time back, Bubs. Biggest flop, Ferrari.
Yeah.
Biggest flop, I feel like it's harsh, but I feel like it's one we should introduce, like the who remembered, who forgot.
Yeah.
Ferrari, I mean, like, it's Ferrari, for God's sake. If they don't succeed, that's a flop. It's not like they've lost. It's just that's big. Max is actually, I've got him down as P2 in the championship.
Wow.
And Antonelli third. And I put Antonelli third because I think the Mercedes is going to be the best car, but somehow Max is going to split them because he's Max.
Yep.
So that's my top three. Give me your predictions in the comment sections. We'll hear Barb's in a second, but if you can, first, second, third World Drivers title for Formula One, go.
I'm similar to yours, Scotty. Do you want me to go now? You want to
go for it, mate? Go.
Didn't know if you want to talk about these ones. I've got Merc to be the fastest car / engine package. I agree with you there. George to be champ, same. I've got as a bit of a smoky Williams to impress and Sainz to win a few races because they're running the Merc motors at Williams. They did improve a bit. So
someone just said, watch Williams for who was that? I watched something today. So I think you're on. Yeah.
And
it's sad to see Sainz. I feel bad for Albon, but Sainz did it last year, didn't he? He delivered.
Albon probably jag a podium or whatnot, or a win over the year, but I think Sainz will be the stronger of the two, and I think they are one to watch, which will be cool. I think Cadillac's going to beat Audi when we talk about the new, even though...
Oh, that's a good prediction. I didn't put that in.
So
you reckon a startup is going to beat what was Sauber?
Well, again, he said they're doing their own motors. They could be amazing and they could go well, or they could be absolutely diabolical.
That's fair.
So that's my guess. And I've got Oscar to beat Lando in the McLaren battle.
I like it.
So I haven't done...
I like that a lot.
I haven't done 2 or 3 for the championship. I've just done... I agree with you. I think George is going to win it. Mm-hmm. And the rest is just too hard to know.
Too hard to know, so I'm not going to fucking try.
But as you say, like, I'm still like Max could just go out and absolutely smoke everyone. Like, it's just...
We've had a few come in here. Michael has put in Oscar, Max V, then Russell. Matt Rogers, Max, George, Kimmy.
Yep.
Cassandra has put Oscar, Max, Carlos. Ooh, Carlos for a top 3 would be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be an amazing...
Imagine that. Oscar wins, Max P2 and Carlos Sainz third. That would be pretty cool.
Williams back at the front regularly would be a cool thing to see, just with the heritage and...
I've probably slept on him tonight as well. I didn't put him in any of my predictions, actually. Someone said it's the pain meds, Scott.
Oh, when I said you're nowhere.
Oh, no, I'm off the pain meds.
Yeah, guy's body.
I'm tough.
As an athlete, he's just on hard solos to ease the toe.
Yeah, toe feels great. Well, there you go. That's our predictions. That's our recap of everything that's been going on.
Not a bad first show back, Scotty. We covered a shitload of it.
It's been fun, mate. We've given away some merchandise. We've given away some memorabilia. We've got a new suit in the background as well. We didn't even touch on that when we joined the show. We did for our Patreon members, but a little explain on the Vodafone suit that's hanging up there. That I kept that as a memory. So Triple Eight, I always say, did the 1%ers right, and they still do. That suit there, Paul Dumbrell was the co-driver for Jamie Whincup in 2012, and Paul couldn't make it to Darwin for the co-driver session, so RD Roland Dane asked me if I could do the co-driver session with for Jamie, and because the team still wanted to run the car. I said, yeah, no dramas. Monster sponsored me at the time. They still sponsored the main car, but RD said it looks shit if you're in the wrong suit, so they made a suit for one practice session, which it's not even an official session. It's a co-driver session, and so I got to drive. I can't remember what Jamie's car was called. Every fan is going to roast me for that. Katie, that's it. I drove that car, which is pretty iconic. I think that's the most winningest car in Supercars history. I didn't have a seat insert. That was one thing I thought. I said I'm the same height as Jamie, it'd be fine. I got in it and I could barely see over the steering wheel. Jamie was all about low center of gravity, and I got in this thing and I was like, oh, fuck. And I nearly hit the wall leaving the pit lane, I think. And but it was funny because everyone let me go on the outlap, and I'd only done 2 or 3 supercar races, and I was an open wheeler driver, so I'd done like the Super 2 stuff. Yeah. And Darwin, I hadn't been to since Formula Ford, rolled out of the pit lane on the outlap. It was like mid-session, and I've driven out. Must have been like a restart or something because I was like buried in the pack. Everyone's letting me go, and I'm like, no. I need to follow.
Like, I'll roll off the back, guys. All good.
Everyone's like, that Vodafone car was. Everyone thought that was fast. Well, it was fast, just not with me behind the wheel. Yeah, but that very special moment, and I thought that suit I've kept because that always reminds me of the 1%ers count. It's a suit for a co-driver session for one session.
Speaking on co-driver sessions, if Supercars are listening, bring them back.
I know.
I used to love that. And do one a year where they get to throw a young bloke in and see how they stack up. Like, that was always so cool just to see, oh, they did a really good job, or they're getting a go. And
everyone gets a green set of tyres so you know where your co-drivers are at. You're not on 200-kilometre-old tyres.
Yep. I just think...
Every event, though, you could have a 15 or 20-minute co-driver session where you just go out and do carby session, mate, for the main guys.
Burn 20 minutes. People love seeing the cars on track.
Yeah.
Fans love watching it. It's another thing that you can pump through your app. You know, I think it's good.
Well, the big teams, I said this last year, big teams are going to start putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into their co-drivers to give them seats and things throughout the year. Yeah. And the smaller teams will fall in another area, fall further behind because they won't be able to afford to support their co-drivers to do that. Yeah. But if you brought back the co-driver sessions, like you're saying, you'd end up actually getting good mileage throughout the year. If I was driving 10 times, or what would it be, eight times, I think, what's Bathurst? No, Bathurst around 10. I think it is. But if you're doing nine events, like 1 20-minute practice session at each of those events, you probably wouldn't need to do a lot of extracurricular because you're staying pretty sharp in a car you're going to be racing.
And you beat the event, so you're around them, you're debriefing, you're doing all the stuff, you're contributing more to the team because you'd be like, well, when I drove it was doing this. You could actually... you could lean on your coes to help tune cars as well. You're
at signing sessions.
Yeah.
You're with the fans. You're seeing them all. You're at corporate suites for the race teams. There's loads of reasons why you should be doing it. And also, I just want to fucking drive the car, so please bring him back.
Yeah.
I'm going to have FOMO when I'm sitting in the fucking bed at home watching Supercars with my toe in the air. I want to be doing co-driver sessions. Then maybe I wouldn't play Nerf Wars in the off-season because I'd be driving regularly.
Bloody sensible then, wouldn't you?
What else do we miss? Daytona's this weekend.
Yeah, so
24.
We'll obviously, that'll be in our show next week. We'll cover off on Daytona 24 and we'll talk about that. So that'll be exciting to see how that all goes. Scotty Mack's back in.
Will Power's in. Chaz is in.
There's Scotty
Allen just raced in Dubai, I think it was.
Yeah, Scotty Andrews, another Aussie, is in. He's in a Merc over there. I know I'm probably forgetting. I don't know if Joshy Burden's doing it again. There's a few.
Co-driver races for Enduros, Michael's just put in there as well. Sanders straight away agreed.
Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a no-brainer as well, Mike. You're all over it there, mate.
And 3 events for co-drivers, just saying.
Yeah, Goldie should be I still think Goldie should be back to an Enduro. Hardcore.
Go hard on that. I think the last 2 events, Sandown, Adelaide, are your finals.
Yeah.
Enduro Cup is Tailem Bend, Bathurst and Gold Coast. And your sprint championship is up until Queensland Raceway. Yeah, done. We fixed the whole championship. Yeah. Extra 10 point for a race win, carry it through. Fuck, we can fix this over 1 drink at the bar. No dramas, mate.
Honestly, half an hour at the pub over a few...
That's enough for one night, though. I think everyone's tired of hearing our voice already. It's the first episode of 2026. We'll give them a break for 5 or 6 days and we'll come back for another one.
Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, everyone.